Hey guys, thanks for stopping by Gregsbeerreviews today. Yeah, the old clock says it's 5 o'clock. Beer 30. Let's go see what's in the fridge today. Hello everybody, thanks for stopping by Gregsbeerreviews today. This hopefully will be a treat. This is Left Hand Brewing's Wake Up Dead Nitro. Now I've already reviewed the Wake Up Dead a couple years ago. And this is a Nitro edition, and the Wake Up Dead is a Russian Imperial Stout. This comes in at 10.2% ABV, and I actually bought a 4-pack of this, guys, so I feel pretty comfortable that Left Hand does some good stuff, and I did like the Wake Up Dead, so the Nitro version should be just a tad better. What do you think? I hope. The IBUs on this is 45. Commercial description on this beer. Here's a black ale to brighten your day. Wake Up Dead lurks in our cellars for over 4 months before being unleashed. Hints of raisins, black licorice, coffee, and dark chocolate are followed by earthy, herbal, hop notes. Any apprehensions about the rest of your day are quickly forgotten, for whatever the mind expects, it finds. Sometimes you're not in the mood for what everyone else is having. That would be me. A side note on this one, Rate Beer does not differentiate between the regular version of this, the Wake Up Dead, or the Nitro version, but Beer Advocate does. It has a separate listing for the Nitro as opposed to the regular version of the Wake Up Dead. So we're going to base everything off of what Rate Beer says, because they're not differentiating, and I would think there would be a considerable difference between the Nitro version and that. It should be a little smoother, a little creamier, and of course with the Nitro bottles you pour them straight into the glass. You don't pour them down the side or anything subtle. They need to be popped and dumped straight in to get that volcano effervescing effect that you're going to get from a Nitro version, especially in the bottle. Food pairing for this beer. Since it is a stout, an imperial stout, they always say dessert chocolate, and that's basically what they say: digestive dessert chocolate. But it's going to go well with your stronger dishes. If you're a stout fan, you could probably drink this with just about anything. But if you're not, this is going to overpower what you're eating because of its 10.2%, plus all of the cocoa and coffee and chocolate that's in this bottle is going to overpower whatever you're eating. So it would go well with desserts, but you got to remember you're drinking at 10.2% while you're trying to eat a piece of chocolate cake or whatever, a brownie or whatever. But it does go well because it has those qualities in the beer, as far as having some chocolate notes and a little bit of coffee and cocoa and stuff like that. So the glassware is a pint, becker, non-egg tumbler, or the snifter. I do have the double glass for this one today, guys. And being a 10.2% stout, this beer can be cellar for quite a while. So with that being said, let's not cellar it any longer. Let's get the cap off this bad boy and pour it in the glass as quickly as possible. And that's what I intend to do. So I'm going to bring the glass down here where I can dump it. Big hiss. And with that aggressive pour like that, you release the nitrogen, and I don't know if you can see it, but it's starting from right here, and it's effervescing back up, and you can see those bubbles going back up into the glass, and that gets the nitrogen and everything working in the beer. And as you can see with that pour, we got about a finger and a half of head. Very, very creamy looking head on the beer. Over to the light, there is none. It is pitch black, like most stouts are. And don't expect the head to stick around very long. Usually on these nitro beers, the head dissipates pretty quick. So let's get a nose on this one. Very nice smell. Just like the description. There's cocoa and chocolate. Maybe some dark fruits in there. Maybe some plums, raisins, figs, a hint of licorice in there. There is a slight alcohol. It is definitely not overpowering the beer. I don't expect it to be boozy. Very nice aroma on the beer. And the nitro version of that is just going to enhance the creaminess and the mouthfeel on this beer. So let's give it a taste and see what we got. Cheers, everybody. Oh yeah, very nice. A slight bitterness on the back end. I don't have an IBU on this beer, I don't think. Yeah, I do, 45. To me, it tastes a little stronger than that as far as that. And that's probably the alcohol, 10.2%. But it's almost like it's got like a hot chocolate creaminess to the head. I mean, it's very, very creamy and soft. It's very nice. Definitely getting the cocoa. But it's a 10.2%er. It's hidden very well, but it's there. It's there. This comes in a 4-pack, so I think I told you that. If you drink all 4 of these in one setting, you're definitely going to have your buzz going on. No doubt about it. But this beer is a good candidate for cellaring. You can keep this beer at 10.2%. This beer will keep 20 years probably. Very nice. I'm actually surprised the head has stuck around as long as it has. It's leaving a nice lacing on the glass where I'm drinking it. But this is like 40 degrees, it's right out of the fridge. And these type of beers are best at room temperature. So we're going to let this warm up. Let the other half taste it. And we'll come back and do the final chug on this one. I'm sure it's going to get a little bit better as it warms up. So I'll be right back. Alright guys, I'm back. Got a little bit left. Been sipping on it probably about 30-35 minutes now. Very nice beer. The cocoa and the chocolate, the licorice, a little bit of dark fruit going on in there, plums, raisins, figs. Very nice. Very, very nice beer. Very creamy. Still got just a little bit of the head on there. I'm very surprised that the head is stuck around as long as it has. So, nice lacing left on the glass. Final chug. A lot creamier and a lot better mouthfeel than the regular version of the Wake Up Dead. Very tasty, guys. Kind of on the fence here between the A minus and the A. I think I'm gonna go with the A minus. We're gonna give it the 8 tonight. Very tasty, very, very tasty. The only reason I'm not gonna give it the 9, it has just a little bit of bitterness on the back end that doesn't match up with the sweetness on the front. It's just a little. And for 45 IBUs, it tastes like it's bitter than that, more bitter than that. If I didn't know, I would say this beer would be in the 60 IBU range. So, other than that, it's a very, very tasty beer. It's very reasonably priced for a 4-pack. It's around $10, something like that for 4. which is not bad for a 10.2% ABV beer. So, and like I said, this beer will keep for 10, 15, 20 years if you sell her correctly. So, very, very nice beer. So, let's see what everybody else says. We'll go over to Beer Advocate first, and they say 90 in the outstanding range. I would agree with that. If I was putting a numeric rating on it, it would be between 90 and 92, somewhere in that area. So, pretty appropriate numbers from those guys. And over to Rate Beer. Rate Beer says 98 overall, but only 70 in the style. So there are some other people that are not quite as pleased with what it comes up with in the style. It's definitely a nice imperial stout, but I think it's a little on the bitter side for what it is. There's not quite enough sweetness on the front end to match up with the bitterness of the back end, but the nitro version of this definitely gives a nice creamy mouthfeel, and it's a very pleasant beer. Definitely worth picking up and giving it a try if you're into the Russian Imperial Stouts. This is a very tasty beer. I like the mouthfeel and the creaminess of this over the regular version of the Wake Up Dead. So if you've had this one, let me know what you think of it, guys, and let's go see what's in the fridge tomorrow. See you then.